there were Republicans who walked into the session of Congress emboldened by their strong new majority in the Senate and their historically large majority in the House. But their opposition to many administration priorities melted away in the face of the administration's determined and forceful effort to advance our agenda.
And when you start seeing individuals in positions of responsibility suggesting that Christians are more worthy of protection than Muslims are in a war-torn land, that feeds the ISIL narrative. It's counterproductive, and it needs to stop. And I would add, by the way, these are the same folks oftentimes who suggest that they're so tough, but apparently they're scared of widows and orphans coming into the United States of America. First they were worried about the press being too tough on them during debates. Now they're worried about 3-year-old orphans.
Are you satisfied that Malik's application process followed the proper protocol?
Yes.
How can you say that with such assurance?
Because we stand behind our screening process.
It's a very rigorous process. There's vetting to be done, fingerprinting, interviews with face-to-face interviews with consular offices. But there's an extensive amount of backgrounding that's done. The short answer is it's as thorough an interview process as we can make it.
And so under your program, you would have identified the mosque and done what?
I can tell you how I would have identified it, because individuals that were already in the case in 2012 went to that mosque. Therefore, as we were tracking them, we would have put the red light on them. Mm-hmm. Therefore, two things very plausibly would have happened. Either Syed would have been put on the no-fly list because of association with that masjid, and/or the K-1 visa that his wife was given may have been denied because of his affiliation with a known organization.
Mm-hmm. And you say they shut you down because they felt this was essentially profiling of Muslims.
They specifically said that because we FOIA'd the case and we got the internal memos, and it says that we are not allowed to develop a case based on Tablighi Jamaat specifically and/or any Islamic group.
We can only query against that which we have collected.
We are not allowed to develop a case based on Tablighi Jamaat specifically and/or any Islamic group.
And so if someone has never made a ripple in the pond in Syria in a way that would get their identity or their interests reflected in our database, we can query our database till the cows come home, but we're not going to, there'll be nothing show up because we have no record on that person. You can only query what you've collected.